24 to 105. Not my favourite lens, but it does have a purpose. And what this purpose is it does the same as the 28 to 300, but you don't need to carry this around with you. Sometimes a carpet is not wide enough for the 28mm. So in comes the 24mm, and with the 105 you can zoom in and get the heads as well. Dummy batteries. We are all advised to use them. Whether or not we do is a different matter. They actually work very well with this flash gun, when you just replace one of the batteries, you put the dummy battery in, connect it to your Lumidyne or Quantum or whatever you're doing, and what happens then is the flash will automatically power from the Lumidyne. Right? Now what that achieves is it stops your camera from blowing up. Sorry, stops your flash gun from blowing up, because it's drawing from one power source and not from two power sources. So if you imagine that when you've got 4 normal batteries in there, the flash gun electronics is trying to pull the power from the 4 batteries and also trying to pull power from there, so they circuit out. With the dummy battery, that totally gets rid of that problem, and you're only pulling power from there. Be warned, those batteries still get drained. So once those batteries die, the whole thing dies. But you'll find that your lifespan of your flash gun will survive a lot more with a dummy battery in. So there's a little tip for you. Cables. Cables and more cables. We love cables. So, as any of you will know who do this job, you need lots of these cables because they break very easily. They break without even you trying to break them. They break just because they're designed to break. Or should I not say that? You know, at $60 to $70 per cable, somebody makes a very good living out of these. They say that this design is a little bit better than the old design, but if you notice, I'm still using the old design on this one because this one seems to be lasting out. So, you know, no preference, they both work. Eye needle screwdriver, and you're probably thinking, why does he need that? And why does he need that? Well, let me show you why I need this. Okay. I need this because under this is a screw, and this gets loose, and now and again I need to go in there and tighten it up to stop my flash from falling off. Okay, that's one reason I need that. Secondly, and underneath this plate you'll probably see that that's been pried open. Okay, and I don't know if I can do it now, but again, those of you in the industry will know exactly what I'm talking about here. Let's see if we can do this. We have to get into the back. Try not to take your eyes out. Here we go. Oops. Excuse me, let's just do this one. Okay, there we go. So, what you see under here, you have 4 screws, and with the constant weight of the flash gun on the plate and the movement, those screws come loose, and what effectively happens is that the contact between your flash gun and the off-camera shoe doesn't work. So you think that you're taking pictures, and the reality is you're not. So every so often you have to undo this plate and tighten these little things. This is really essential, to be honest with you. You know, once this happens you're supposed to throw these away, but they work perfectly well. Some people suggest that you put nail varnish on on those screws to stop them from jiggling out. I don't, because it's the end of the day, it's just going to make them even tougher to screw down once they come loose. And again, we're all supposed to be professionals, so we're supposed to you know how to deal with these things. So yeah, it's a bit messy at first, but once you got it in and out, it's okay. So that plate just protects the screws. Some earplugs. If you've ever done a premiere, you will know how loud it gets, and the last thing you need is a screaming banshee next to you screaming, "Charlie's over here to me," a pitch which is ready to burst your eardrums, and trust me, they do get used. What else have we got in here? More cables. Oh, sunscreen. Yep, that comes in very handy. Batteries for the Mark III. They are great batteries. If I could put them into my Mark II, I would have an ultimate camera. Mark II-N, by the way. Some of you may remember these from the old days, when we used to use these for negatives. And it's called a hood loop. Now you're like, why is it going to need a hood loop? Well, what we've discovered when you're out there in the sunshine on the carpet is you can't see what you're doing on the back of the camera. You hold that over there and you can actually see what you've taken, so you can check to see if your exposures is good, if you're over, under, or whatever. I'm going to see how this goes. It's a new toy. I haven't played with it that much. I can see it being thrown into a cupboard in the next few weeks and never to be used again, but you know what? I only need to be saved once by it. So that's pretty much everything I would use all around, every piece of kit there to do this whole job. I can't think of anything else that I would actually take other than a monopod for shooting fashion. My theory is nowadays that I've been on too many jobs where I've gone, oh man, I wish I'd brought 16-35 with me, and kick myself afterwards. And we're being paid to do a job, and the whole point of this is to get the best pictures that you possibly can. And if you don't have the right equipment to do the job, then you shouldn't be doing the job. So you take the gear with you. If it's not being used, what's the worst? You've just had to carry an extra bit of weight with you. You know what? Once you get past your 40s, you need the exercise anyway.